The tech-savvy White House sought to reinforce Obama's message in every possible way. A flurry of messages flooded the White House's Twitter feed and Facebook page, enabling instant interaction for all around the world. Errol Barnett has been monitoring the dialogue online, and he joins me now from the newsroom. All right, tell us more about what happened online, whether it's in the Middle East or other parts of the world. What happened during the speech today?
Well, whitehouse.gov took a live stream of the speech. They posted it and linked to their Facebook page to allow people in real time to comment and react to what President Obama was saying. This is what whitehouse.gov looks like now. They've posted the speech, but we pulled a few of the comments so you could see a typical example of what people were saying. As Huruddin Muhammad from India wrote on the Facebook page, "As a Muslim, I've always felt that American leadership is arrogant and at war with us. This man changed my perception." You might be wondering how the speech was received in the US. Dave Johnson is from the US. He posted this comment. He said he's very proud and honored that this man is our president. Speaking of Barack Obama, not only is he speaking to Muslims, but to the world and to America, that time for a change has come. And most of the comments we saw were along those lines, saying all the words are great, but people are now waiting for actions. Hala?
Yeah, we hear that theme a lot. What about other sites? Any more reaction to the speech?
Our own social site, ireport.com, we've got a few video uploads from Muslims speaking about what they thought. Sajid Bangash, for example, uploaded this video from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and he says he's very soft-spoken, but he had that same point, saying words aren't important here, actions are. Take a listen.
Obama should focus on real things. He should not just prepare for speeches, because there are millions of speeches available around the world, and speeches cannot resolve the real issues alone. He should focus on the grassroots of the problems.
Now, younger Muslims are cautiously optimistic. Here you see Haris Khan. He's an 18-year-old and he lives in Canada. Now, as a Muslim, he of course wants America's relationship with Islam to improve, but he's very skeptical.
He talked about change and rebuilding the world, but that was about it. He didn't talk about how exactly he wants that to happen. He didn't talk about what he is going to do specifically, and what he specifically expects the Muslim world to do. I commend President Obama's speech in the first step he's taken towards peace. But if he expects peace with the Muslim world to be a part of his legacy, then he'll need to make a more substantiated effort.
I want to ask you about the bloggers, because a couple of days ago there was an interesting editorial there, a collection of blogger concerns in the Arab world saying you have to tell these leaders that we want true democracy. After the speech, what have they said?
Well, they're not fully convinced. A lot of skepticism there too, Hala. Hassam El-Hamalawi is an Egyptian blogger. We have his blog pulled up here, arabawy.org. He says the speech was not historical, as some are calling it. He's also a contributor for Huffington Post, and in that article he actually wrote about students at Cairo University being detained before President Obama's speech. And he also noted that holding this speech in Egypt didn't make sense, because he claims President Mubarak rules with an iron fist, detaining citizens. He also says, in his view, Mubarak is more obedient, quote, obedient to U.S. foreign policy, and really the U.S. looks the other way when these abuses are brought up. And so really what we're seeing is all of the reaction is almost as complex as the problems are in the Middle East, Hala.
All right, yes, absolutely. It's time, there's a time for speeches, and then in the next few years, we'll see if anything changes on the ground. Thank you very much, Errol Barnett.